is Shifra Ariana. I'm from class SE23A. My NPM is 233111013. In today's presentation, I'm going to talk about public speaking. So, what do you think about public speaking? Public speaking is something we have often heard as students. An example of public speaking that we often encounter every day as students is when we make presentations that are heard by our classmates and lecturers. Public speaking is the art of communicating orally to convey ideas, messages, and opinions with the aim of informing, entertaining, influencing, and carried out in front of an audience using certain methods. Usually, people who are not used to speaking in public will be nervous. This will cause the information they want to convey when they are in front of the public not be conveyed clearly or even forget to convey it. Nervousness is normal, but it cannot be taken lightly. Even now, there are still many public figures and professional speakers who admit that they still feel nervous before going on stage. So, how to overcome nervousness when speaking in public? First, relax your body. Do stretches before going on stage. The stretches you can do are by controlling your breathing and making small movements in your arms, hands, and shoulders to relax your muscles. Stretching a few minutes before speaking in public can reduce nervousness. Next, make thorough preparations. Preparations that can be made are to do research first about who the audience will be and understand the material that will be presented. After that, we can plan the delivery method and what kind of atmosphere should be created when speaking later. Creating important points that will be conveyed in a language that is easy to understand. Tips number 3 is practice regularly. We must prepare ourselves as comfortably as possible when performing. Another example that can be used is practicing in front of a mirror, so that we can also see what facial expression and body movements we need to display later. Next, use tools. Make tools such as slide presentations or videos that look as attractive as possible. This can help divert the audience's attention from us. Apart from that, presentation slides can also help us avoid losing our thoughts or going blank, and are also the best time for the audience to be able to note down important points from the material. The last is don't speak too fast. Talking quickly can affect our breathing pattern, making it difficult for us to breathe. When we feel short of breath, it will actually cause us to panic and end up with confused or blank mind. Control the tempo of your speaking before performing to make it more relaxed and comfortable. The ability to do public speaking can be improved by practicing. If you do it diligently, your abilities will increase. Of course, not in a short time, because experience will also affect your skills. There are several tips you can do to improve your public speaking skills. Number 1. Get to know your audience first before speaking in front of them. Several things that should be taken into consideration in identifying your audience include their educational background, age, and position. This consideration must also be adjusted if you are practicing public speaking for school or college assignments, including when going for a job interview. Number 2, make points from the content of the material to be presented. Writing down important points as a note is much more effective than writing down all the material. So, when you are in front of the audience, you don't need to keep looking down and reading notes. And you can improvise to support public speaking. Number 3, prepare an opening sentence that is memorable and invites interest in listening. This public speaking trick is applied especially when presenting a particular project in front of clients or superiors. Number 4, interact with the audience so that the atmosphere is not boring, but communication with the person you are talking to so that the atmosphere is much more pleasant. There are public speaking techniques that you can use to make this interaction happen. For example, by asking several short questions in between the material. Number 5, when speaking, pay attention to your volume and intonation. Delivering material in public speaking will be easier to understand if you can regulate your intonation, tone, and voice volume. Usually, if your tone and intonation are right, the audience will be more comfortable listening to the presentation. Number 6, pay attention to time management or the duration of your speech. When doing a presentation, you must learn to find the right time to understand the duration so that the material presented can be well received by the audience. Next, if you miss a part when presenting the material, there's no need to apologize. By apologizing, you indirectly admit that what you said was wrong. It's better to lead the audience to a much more important point. This public speaking technique can only be tolerated if you miss trivial things. But if what you forgot is something important that must be conveyed, then convey it. Point number 8, make your audience confident by imagining yourself giving a great speech or presentation. Make yourself more comfortable and relaxed so that you don't stutter when greeting the audience. Don't think negatively and feel intimidated by the audience because this will disturb your focus and make you nervous. Point number 9, overcome nervousness. To avoid nervousness, master the material you will present. If you get used to it, you won't easily get nervous anytime. However, if you are nervous because you are the center of attention of many people, control it by taking a deep breath and do it several times until you feel better. The last is understand the technique for ending a forum so that the audience doesn't wonder and be surprised if the conversation suddenly ends. Give a sign if your presentation is coming to an end. Don't forget to convey your joy at being given the opportunity to deliver material in front of an audience. Learning public speaking skills technique is not easy in practice. It requires experience or doing it regularly especially if you are not used to speaking in front of many people. Practice your public speaking skills from now on so that you get used to it and are ready if at any time you have to do it. And that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for your time and attention. See you.